10 brutal knockouts in this video. Boxers like Mike Tyson, Deontay Wilder, Manny Pacquiao, Jake Paul, and many more. One punch, one moment, and the world stands still. Boxing is a game of inches, seconds, and decisions. It's the sweet science until it turns brutal. Because in the blink of an eye, it can all be over. Fight 10. Lennox Lewis versus Hasim Rahman, 2001. He had been humiliated months earlier, his belt taken, his pride wounded. But Lewis returned with icy focus. In round 4, he uncorked a right hand that landed with precision and vengeance. Rahman collapsed like a tower crumbling. No controversy, just justice. Fight 9. Roy Jones Jr. versus Montell Griffin, 1997. After a disqualification in their first fight, Roy Jones was a man on a mission. There was no touch of gloves, no patience, just speed, fury, and redemption. Jones unleashed a blinding combination and dropped Griffin in the first round. It wasn't just a knockout, it was a statement. You don't belong in here with me. Fight 8. Muhammad Ali versus Cleveland Williams, 1966. Ali was at his peak, faster, sharper, untouchable. Against Williams, he floated like a dream and punched like a surgeon. The knockout wasn't a brawl, it was a masterpiece. Ali's fists painted patterns on air. Williams never had a chance. Some knockouts are power. This one was poetry. Fight 7. Nonito Donaire versus Fernando Montiel, 2011. A single left hook. So fast, so clean, Montiel didn't even know it landed. He collapsed, kicked, and convulsed, then somehow tried to stand, only to fall again. Donaire stood calm, knowing exactly what he had done. This was timing, precision, and pure devastation. Fight 6. Thomas Hearns versus Roberto Durán, 1984. Durán, the legend, the brawler, the unbreakable man, until Hearns unleashed a thunderous right that folded him instantly. Durán didn't just fall, he flew. This was no ordinary knockout. This was the first time Durán had ever been stopped. The moment was historic and violent. Fight 5. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, 2021. Paul was still the outsider. Woodley, the former UFC champion. For 5 rounds, the fight dragged, messy, cautious, uncertain. But in round 6, Jake stepped in and fired a right hand from hell. Woodley dropped instantly, arms limp, eyes empty, flat on the canvas. It was the night Jake Paul silenced the critics. It was brutal, sudden, and unforgettable. Fight 4. George Foreman versus Joe Frazier, 1973. Joe Frazier was the heavyweight champion. George Foreman was the wrecking ball. In 2 rounds, Frazier was dropped 6 times. Foreman hit like a truck, relentless, raw, biblical. By the end, it wasn't a fight, it was survival. And Frazier didn't survive. Fight 3. Manny Pacquiao versus Ricky Hatton. 2009, Hatton came forward like always. But Pacquiao had studied every move. In round 2, he stepped back and detonated a left hook. Hatton hit the mat, flat, unmoving. The arena froze. Commentators fell silent. It was one of the cleanest, coldest knockouts ever captured on camera. Fight 2. Deontay Wilder versus Artur Szpilka, 2016. Szpilka boxed smart, slick, confident, until Wilder let his right hand fly. It wasn't just a punch, it was an explosion. Szpilka went limp before he hit the canvas, out cold for minutes. A reminder that in heavyweight boxing, 1 second can erase all your work. Fight 1. Mike Tyson versus Trevor Berbick, 1986. Tyson was 20. Berbick was the champion. But from the first bell, the outcome felt inevitable. In round 2, Tyson landed a left hook so violent, Berbick tried to rise again and again, but couldn't find his legs. It was the night Iron Mike became the youngest heavyweight champ ever. It was raw, ruthless, and unforgettable. A knockout doesn't end with the final bell. It lives on, echoing in highlight reels, in whispers, in history. Because in boxing, every moment counts, but it's the knockout that writes history. Which knockout hit you the hardest? Drop your favorite in the comments and subscribe for more moments that changed everything.